Welcome to the M-Factor Live, a space where art of movement meets wisdom of the heart. My name is Emme, and here I am. This is a live stream, and there are days where everything works fine. Yesterday it worked perfectly fine, and today it just didn't let me in. So it seems like YouTube is completely overloaded, and sometimes I have to wait, and it takes a long time where they allow me to go into your homes right now. So I hope you can see me. I hope it is working. It looks like it's streaming now. I can only I get the get-go from YouTube, and until then there's nothing more I can do but wait. Welcome to another daily yoga class. I have promised to teach and practice with you every day at 12 o'clock. I'm doing this. I hope you are well at home, and I hope you're taking good care of yourself and your family. I hope you are eating well and taking this time to actually go inward a little bit and evaluate your life and see what we can do better. Yeah, if we are lucky enough to not be on the forefront of it, we can really do our part of actually stepping up. Yeah, stepping up for ourselves, stepping up for each other. And I hope that these teachings are helping you a little bit. It is my joy and pleasure. I have been teaching for more than 27 years. I teach a yoga that is actually really geared towards people who want to dive a little bit deeper, who are curious about understanding why we're doing what we're doing, how we're doing this, and to be able to create a personal practice at home. Yeah, I don't offer yoga just for the asanas. The asanas are not a practice just to chase the form and to chase it in a way. Some people do this, I'm aware of this, but this is not for me. For me, the asanas are there to hone my body, to hone my heart and my soul, my spirit of who I am as a woman, and to help me mentally navigate everything that I need to navigate in my life. So this yoga practice is based on fundamentals, which can be beautifully intense and a deep dive into fabulous workouts, whatever you like from it. The last few weeks, I have been focusing more on relaxation and on deep stretches, but I want to show you that yoga can also be a little bit more vigorous. So today I prepared a class called Sun Salutations. Some of you know this, have practiced that maybe if you've practiced yoga before. Sun Salutation is a very old sequence. It's one of the oldest sequences that we in modern yoga practice. I think there are 9 different asanas with 3 different specific transitions, and they are practiced in a circle, in a cycle, and you can practice these cycles stand alone. My goal is for you after this class to be able to practice this on your own, yeah? Because sun salutations are really a wonderful way where you don't need a teacher, where you don't need anybody else to tell you what to do, but roll out your mat in the morning and get some energy through these movements that are geared towards expansion. So we are expanding and we're drawing energy back in. If you think about it, sun salutation is a salute to the sun. The energy of the sun is warming and life-giving. It is heating. Without the sun, there is no life on this planet. Yeah. So with this movement and with the focus on our breath during the movement, our body can actually create flowing energy throughout our body. Sometimes we're tight or energy is stuck. And you can do this sun salutation as vigorous as you like. So I will show today different intensities. So you can make this very meditative and very slow and very almost relaxing and balancing, or you can make this a little bit more vigorous and energizing and make it a full-blown workout. Yeah. So Today is only going to be a glimpse, but I hope that I can teach you that this is something worth learning. And I feel every yoga practitioner should be able to do their own sun salutation and know what you're doing and how you are able to modify this. Yeah. Before we start, I would like to teach you 2 more things that are very, very important physically for you to remember throughout all our practice. And from there, we will just go one cycle after the other. And I hope that towards the end, I can talk a little bit less and you do a little bit more so that you are able to do this. Yeah, that's our goal today. We will be starting in standing position. We will need a mat. If you have some, you can certainly practice on the carpet as well, but a mat is good to give some more stability. 2 blocks, maybe a cushion for your knee if you're a little bit sensitive, because there's one asana where we're kneeling on the ground, or maybe a blanket. That's all we need today. All right, we are coming into mountain pose. Some of you know mountain pose, so some of you don't. And since I don't know who is in front of me, we're going to take a moment and see if we can ground our feet hips width apart, spread the toes wide as we can, really lift them up for a moment and feel those muscles, and see if we can stand equally on our ankles. Yeah, this is our grounding stance. It's the foundation of all our standing postures. So our feet are vitally important. And now see if the knees can be soft, not fully extended, and if you can grow. So tell yourself to grow and see what happens when you stand up as tall as you possibly can. Notice how immediately our whole entire body lengthens up, and there are quite a few muscles that are immediately engaging. Now bend the knees just a little bit and feel what a difference it makes if the knees are bent or if the knees are fully extended. For most of us, we will feel a little bit of a difference in our pelvic angle. And this is our hip bone. It's called the pelvis. And this hip bone is movable, forth and back. And I want you to just do this for a couple of moments here to tilt the hip forward. This is called hip tilt forward because we're always looking from these hip bones here in the front. So they're tilting forward. The tailbone, our sit bones, are tilting up and back. And then the opposite, we are tilting backwards, our hip bones, the tailbone and the sit. See if the knees stay bent, if we can create this movement only in our lower part. So our rib cage upward is not moving. We are moving forth and back. Yes, just a few times. We will need this. Yeah, this is really, really important. Tucking under. This is called posterior pelvic tilt. Moving forward. This is called anterior pelvic tilt. And if you are starting to feel the effect that it has on our lower back and the spine itself, you can feel how the tucking under flattens the back, and how the posterior tilting forward, arches our back. Yeah? So huge relationship between pelvic tilt and spine. Yeah? Remember this. This is going to be really important today. Yeah? Posterior, anterior. Do this a few more times. You will feel the muscles there already. Now, the second part that I want you to understand is our lower core center here. These are our abdominals. There are actually 5 abdominal muscles. Yeah. If you like to know a little bit deeper, I teach all of the anatomy of understanding all of this in my inner circle. Yeah. We're going through the muscles and seeing what is moving and how is this related with each other. So right now in here, I want you to see if you can posteriorly pelvic tilt and then bring the rib cage down and up again. So one more time. We posterior pelvic tilt. We almost flatten the lower back. You will see that your glutes are going to be engaging your bottom. And I want you to see if your rib cage, here's the rib cage, feel it, yeah? Put your hands on your rib cage. See if you can bring that rib cage down. Good. And now the rib cage and the hip bones, they shorten. They come together. Yes, can you feel that? With your exhale, bring these two parts together. The hip bones, you can hold on with your longest finger, and your rib cage. Now, I want us to see, shake the legs out for just one moment, if we can do this in mountain pose and engage our core. So knees slightly bent, a tiny little bit of tilt, just a bit of tilt backwards, and then rib cage and hip bones are contracted. Now, one more thing. I want you to think that the pubic bone pulls in and up. Almost like as if we put on, used to always teach that, put on a jeans that is too tight and have to draw in. I want you to feel this. If you can do this standing up, we need that. From now on, whenever you stand, have an awareness if your core is active or if it is passive. This is super important, and it will have a huge effect on your posture. From now on, rib cage and hip bones slightly together. Now, can we do this without squeezing the bottom real tight? Can I engage this, hold it, and stand upright? Good. This is mountain pose. Yeah? We will need this in our sun salutation. All right. From here, we're slowly lifting up the arms, rising the arms overhead. I don't want you to go too close with the arms. I want you to almost open them up just in a V shape, yeah? Inhale, lift your gaze, and exhale, lower the arms down. Imagine the arms are wings that we rake through water. Open the fingers wide, open them wide, and let them rake through water. So there's activity and movement. Now, bring attention to your core one more time. Is this still active or is it relaxed again? Yeah, inhale, lift, and exhale. Good. One more time. We slowly lift. Reach the hands, interlace your fingers behind your skull, and see if you can open up the elbows without lifting the rib cage up. Keep it engaged so that the opening is only in our shoulder girdle and chest. Good. So if you feel your core, it needs to be engaged. Wonderful. All right, now slowly from here, open up those elbows wide and lift your gaze and your chest forward, upward. Wonderful. And then from here, extend the arms out overhead. Lift your gaze up and then bend the knees and fold forward. Knees all the way bent. Come with your hands onto the ground. So wherever this is, that the hands can touch the ground, that's okay. Do not worry about right now extending. It's not the time to do this. Bend the knees and fold forward. Let your whole entire back lengthen forward. And now from here, we put our hands on our shins and lift up, which means the knees extend and our torso lengthens. Good. And we lengthen into a 90-degree angle. Good. Now from here, how do we lengthen the torso? We bring the shoulder blades together, draw the chin in, and keep our core engaged. So you see that my knees are still lightly bent, yeah? And that's totally okay. And then I slowly from here try to come with my belly forward, downward, onto the ground. And then I lift back up. Bend the knees, flatten your back again, rotate the arms with the thumbs open to the side. So rotate the thumbs, lift them up, and come into a standing position. Lift your gaze, arms again slightly open, just like we had it, and then hands back to our heart. That's the beginning, yeah? Let's do this one more time. Mountain pose. core engaged, your eyesight is clear, looking forward with confidence and strength already in this position. Slowly circle the palms. See if you can lift them up without arching the back, and especially not going backward. We're lifting upward. Good. And then slowly bend the knees, open the arms out to the side. And in this movement, hinge your hip. Slowly hinge it down, all the way down to the ground. Table position. Again, hands to your knees or shins. Lengthen up into table and come all the way high. I do want you to come high because here comes the hamstring stretch. See if you can lift the sit bones up even more by tilting the pelvis. Remember how we were tilting the pelvis forth and back? Now I want you to do this and try to come with your belly closer to your thighs, wherever this is, and slowly release your head and shoulders down. Let it dangle for a moment. Do not worry where this is, yeah? If you can't touch the ground, knees are bent. A lunge is a position where the back leg is fully extended and the front knee is bent. Now, do me a favor and see if this front knee can come up right on top of your ankle. And if both feet can be in 2 separate tracks. Good. And now, do you remember our posterior pelvic tilt? I want you to see if you can move your hips, this tilting back and forth, if you can do this here in this position. Yes. And while we're doing this, we are slowly stretching. We're stretching the front part of the back leg. We're stretching the back part of the front leg. And look at my spine. We are lengthening and elongating. You see that I'm using the blocks, and I would really suggest you do this too, because most of us, we're kind of like ending up rounding on the ground and with our back rounded. That's really not what we want. We want one long line. Good. Now slowly, since we were here for a moment, bend the back knee down and extend again. And again. Bend the back knee down, lift your gaze, don't arch your back. If you're looking at my back, you can see that I'm not arching. And bend the knees one more time. Good, okay. So now, this back foot here, the right foot in the back, I want you to lengthen it down to the ground if that's available. If this feels better, keep your toes curled under. Now, lift your arms up and see if you can. Posteriorly tilting your hips, just like we did in standing position. I know this is a lot more difficult here, but try it anyway. And then raise yourself up. And what we will feel is a beautiful stretch in this part of our right hip and front thigh. That's the hip flexor. So now, the easy way, and that's what most people don't get, is they're just lifting up their upper back and coming into a deep back bend. This position here, low lunge, is not a back bend, is a hip opener. So our goal, people, is not to just raise up and lift up our arms and come into this deep arch in the back. I want you to see if we can work on flattening this part and engaging the core. And then you feel the stretch. This is a whole completely different movement, yeah? But this is what this movement is about. So circle the palms up. Take one more deep breath. And yes, I know the muscles are getting tired. I feel it too. And slowly lower down. Okay, from here, open the blocks to the side. We're stepping back into plank position. So see if you can come into a plank. I'm going to go into detail into plank probably in one of the next sessions. So, posteriorly tilt your pelvis, just for fun. Lift up one time your bottom. It's a little bit easier, yeah? Because your core doesn't have to work. You're hanging in your back. That's not what we want. We want tucking under. Good, okay. Now slowly bend the knees. And here we do exactly that movement again. We're lifting. This time we want to lift.
And then we slowly lower our chin and chest to the ground. And we're preparing to go into cobra position. Yeah? Let me show you this one more time. So from plank, there's a transition called the inchworm. And that transition looks like this. Knees to the ground, tailbone up, elbows bent, chin and chest, and come onto the belly. And from there, we're going into a unsupported cobra today, yeah? All right, so let's do this one more time. We are coming from plank position. Knees slowly to the ground. See if you can keep your core engaged. See if you can. Good. And then lift the tailbone up. Almost go a tiny little bit back with your bottom. And then you can widen your arms. That makes it easier. Open the elbows out. Bring your chin or chest towards the ground and see if you can roll a marble onto the ground. And from here, extend the arms, rotate the palm out, and come into a beautiful cobra position. This is cobra. Good. Exhale and inhale again. Lift. Exhale. Inhale. And slowly release the hands to the side of your chest and push yourself up into child's pose. Slowly curl the back toes under and lift up into downward facing dog. And what I want all of us to do today is widen the feet a bit and see if you can bend the knees and stretch your whole spine. This is what downward facing dog is about. And for most of us, this bend in the knees helps us to get there. Wonderful. So bend your knees, come to the ground. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And we're going to do this transition again. Yeah? So come onto your belly one more time. Extend the arms out. So I want activity in my back. I don't want you to push and lift up. Nope. I want you to really use the muscles. So rotate the thumbs up. Lift and hold. Hands to the side of your chest. Slowly push up. Curl the toes under. Stretch into your spine. And then lift up into downward facing dog. And today we're all going to keep the knees bent slightly. Super. Now from here, we are stepping the right leg forward. So the full version looks like this. Yeah, some of us might not be able today to do it. If you can, please be invited. If not, step the leg forward, the right one. Take your hand around the ankle and step it forward. This can look very elegant and is much, much safer than to bring the foot forward and not be able. This is for another day. We'll practice that another day. So step forward, take the hand, step forward. And here we are in lunge on the other side. Slowly bend the back knee down and extend. Remember the posterior pelvic tilt. Good. Bend the back knee down. Deep breath. By now you should be already quite warm. And again, bend down. Now here we go. Lift up your arms and posteriorly tilt your pelvis while you raise yourself up. Yeah? So instead of doing this, I want you to start forgetting about that. Yeah? There are way better back bends. This is not the time for back bend right now. This is the time for hip opener. So posterior pelvic tilt. I'm shortening my core. Feel your core. Good. And now I can feel the stretch in the front part of my left leg. If you don't feel it there, it means that you're not working the right part. And most of that is because we haven't learned to make the connection from the brain to that part. So here is the feeling of stretch, the feeling of expansion. Good. And then very slowly, lightly lift the arms. This is very light. No effort and pressure at all. And then slowly lower down. Extend the back leg and step forward with a little swing. Step forward. We're coming into table position. Good. Now here's one more thing. Right now, don't lift up the head in table. I want you to think that in table you are drawing the chin in and creating one long line. And the focus is on power in my upper back. Yeah? There's so many people who lift up, have their backs rounded, and then lift up the head, which doesn't help us at all. Yeah? It's a total misunderstanding of what this is about. This is a hip hinge. It's a lengthening of the spine, and you see my rib cage lengthens forward, and my whole back muscles in the back, they are engaging. This is a fabulous position if you practice that. Good. And we're folding forward one more time. Again, forget about how deep, yeah? Go wherever it is. It might be here. Let your head hang. And then slowly we lift back up. Bend the knees a little bit more. Secure your spine first. Rotate the thumbs open. Rotate them open. So from here, we're rotating the thumbs open and we're lifting up the arms. Don't raise yourself up yet. This is one of the few times in yoga where we can really work on our upper back with our arms back. We hardly ever have any movements like this. And then with the power of your legs, the power of our legs, I'm raising myself up. Lift my chest forward, upward. I'm not going back. This is not a back bend. This is a upper chest extension. I'm going forward, upward. That's where I'm going. And open the arms. Hands to your heart. And that's it. So, yeah. You see, it is very warming. It is very activating, invigorating. And you see, there's so many little beautiful details that you can make this seemingly not super hard positioning up and down, forth and back. You can make this a beautiful workout. Yeah? I'm going to do this again. I'm going to guide us a little bit, tiny little bit faster. Yeah? Try to remember the posterior pelvic tilt, forth and back, and always, always, always from now on, activation of the core. You might not feel it right now, this second. This will take some time, but people, it's worth it. Yeah, so many of you are out there with lower back issues and the back is hurting, and all of these things, most of them can be brought back into the lack of understanding how to use our core. Yeah, this is really important. Okay, let's do it again. We start at the front of our mat. So if you are in the first third of your mat, that's where we will start. Mountain pose one more time. Slight posterior pelvic tilt, just a bit, so that your core can be engaged, not too much tightness in your glutes, but let your core do this movement. Good. Mountain pose. Extend your arms. Stand tall and strong. This is confidence. If my body speaks this language, then my mind can follow. Yeah? I'm confident, I'm strong, I'm grounded. We can do this. And this is how we will get through this time. No other way. And slowly circle the palms up. Inhale. Lift your gaze. Bend the knees and open the arms out to the side. And then hinge in your hips. Slowly hinge. Keep the arms, keep them high, because this is a fabulous back exercise. And then slowly, the lower you go, lower the arms down to the ground. Have your blocks close to you. Good. Table position. Inhale. See if you can lengthen knees slightly bent, sit bones up, chest forward, upward, maybe hands on your thighs. And then belly to the thighs. Now start to feel slowly the hamstring stretching more and more, more and more. And allow your core to bring you deeper towards the ground, wherever this is. And here comes one more thing. Notice if you're standing mostly on your heels. Most people do. Bring your body weight a bit forward. Yes, it will feel like as if we're falling a bit. That's exactly what you want, because your toes will hold you. Good. And that way you can release. Super. All right, hands to the blocks. Right leg steps back. Slowly extend back and come slowly into your lunge. Yeah, lunge, very important position. Back hip rotates internally. See if your knee can really look down. Elongate your back. Go as far as your body allows you with core engaged and the back not arched. Good. Slowly bend the back knee and feel that stretch. Stretch in the front of the right leg, back of the left leg. Now, before we go up, you know how to do this now. Posteriorly, tilt your hips and press into the power of that left leg. And then slowly lift up. See if you can, wonderful, get that stretch even more slowly without arching your back. If you put your hands on your lower back, there shouldn't be a huge arch. Try and see. Good. All right, inhale, circle the palms up. Lift your gaze for one moment if you can. And then slowly lower down. Open the blocks out. Now, notice if you are relaxing in between, or if you can keep the energy. Yeah, most of us are like, oh, we're relaxing, belly is relaxed. Everything lets go. Nope, we're not doing this from now on anymore. Hands to the ground. See if you can slowly transition into plank. Good. Heels are pushing through the back. All right, one more time. Posterior pelvic tilt. And we're really pulling the navel in. Push yourself up high into plank. Bend the knees to the ground. Lift your tailbone. Yes, this is a little bit like a cow position, cat and cow. And then slowly come onto your chin and chest and extend to the ground. Inhale. Normally we will pull with the arms. I don't want that today. I would love for you to extend your arms, rotate, and hold that position with your breath. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let your neck be free. Hold here for a moment. Lengthen your legs, feet firmly onto the ground. Hands to the side. Slowly push yourself up. Pull the navel in immediately. Curl the toes under and lift up into downward facing dog. Good. If you have practiced yoga for a while, if you know and understand that downward facing dog is a back stretch, you're certainly welcome to extend the legs, yeah? But this is not about it, and this comes later. This is just the icing on the cake. This is the stretch. Wonderful. Okay, now we did the left leg lunge. Now we need to do the right lunge. So step the right leg forward. Hand around the ankle. Step forward, use your blocks again. Take a moment. Find your lunge. Slowly bend the back knee down. Good. Posterior pelvic tilt. Strength in that front leg. Engage your core. Raise yourself up without arching. And now see if you bring your left hip more forward. Yes, wonderful. And now take that front leg and drag it towards you. Can you feel that power? You're dragging the leg towards you and you create a deep stretch in the left front thigh. Slowly circle the palms up. Deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly lower down. Don't relax. No. We are moving deliberately with a lot of strength. Looks like nothing, but it's beautifully intense and strong. Step forward with a little swing. Table position. Know how to do it. Sit bones up. Core engaged, rib cage. A little bit. You have to find that balance between rounding and arching in the back. So we're going to find that balance, and it's not so easy. It's a lot of experimenting. And then notice your head. Yeah, good. And in this movement, I'm trying to come with my belly slowly towards my thighs. This might not work all the way. This might be it. And this is your forward fold for today. Yeah? Way better than posterior pelvic tilt and just rounding forward. Forget about this. Yeah? Because it is a hamstring stretch and a hip tilt. Good. And then slowly from here, know how to get up. We bend the knees first. We secure the back. Here I am, all muscles are helping. We are rotating our thumbs up, extend the arms as far as you can, draw the chin in, and then with the power of the legs, we lift up and come into a light back bend. Hands to our heart. Take a deep breath in. Don't move, just feel. Feel the mountain pose. Feel your breath. Feel your heartbeat. Good. And then open the palms. Stay in this focus. Don't relax, don't get distracted. Don't move your hands or anything. Stay. See if you can stay without distraction. Good. We're going to do 2 more rounds. Yeah? The first round, we're going to do it slowly. And then the second round, we're going to speed a tiny bit. Yeah? Okay. One more time. Mountain pose, core, hip angle. Inhale, circle the palms. Chest up high. Lift your gaze. Bend the knees. Open the arms to the side. Fold in your hip. Hold the arms. Fold in your hip. All the way down. Good. Table position. You know how to do it. Now you know. Good. Sit bones up. Elongate. Long, long. And then belly to the thighs. Fold forward. Hands onto your blocks beside your toes. See if you can fold. Good. Right leg is the one that steps back slowly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Posterior pelvic tilt. Core engagement. Exhale. Bend the back knee. Good. Keep that internal rotation. More. Now, slowly. Core and pelvis. While you lift up. Good. And now see if you can really feel your core. Feel that internal rotation. I know it wants to open up. In yoga, the body is always going to do that, what we don't want, it to make it easier. The body's going to say, hey, if I twist a little bit here, I can go deeper. No. We are not going deeper, we are going stronger, we are going more aligned. I'm feeling my glutes, I'm feeling my core, I'm feeling that huge stretch here. Yeah, and you should feel your glutes here. That's what we all need more of. Good. Circle the palms, inhale. Deep breath. Feel the stretch. And slowly lower down. Remember the sun, remember the beautiful warming power. Plank transition. Knees to the ground. Tailbone lifts up. Elbows, chin and chest, widen your arms or come onto your elbows. Yeah, absolutely. And lower down. There are so many versions of how to make this less and make it more appropriate to what we can do. So see if your rib cage can stay on the ground and you're really engaging the upper back. This is about the upper back, not the lower back. If you're only feeling it in your lower back, it means that the upper back hasn't learned how to move, how to activate, how to be part of it. Yeah? Slowly lower down. Woo-hoo! Slowly push back. Pull the navel in round your back. Curl the toes under. Stretch into your back already. And lift up into downward facing dog. Again, knees bent. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. The right leg is preparing to step forward. Use your hand. Step it forward. Blocks. Lunge. Do you know what to think of? Bend the back knee down slowly. Good. Now already stretch here. Can your back glute already engage? Can you now posteriorly pelvic tilt And lift yourself up to get that stretch in the left thigh. Here, right up here, yeah? Good, so stretch more. Stretch more by bringing this part forward, by tucking under. The more you tuck, good, find that position. And see how my left hip wants to go back? Bring it forward, yes. And then lift up, inhale. Oh, arms are soft. Grow. You shouldn't feel it in your back at all, at all. Lower down, slowly, slowly, yes. You know what we're doing. Extend the back leg with a little step forward. Table position. Forward fold. Hold here for another moment. Start to feel the whole back of our body. The back of the legs, as well as the back of our spine. Total stretch, good. Don't pull, don't force. No, we're working on our core. The core's doing this. You can do it. Get the core strong. Get the core strong. This, everybody can do. Yeah? We can do that later all the time. This is not what this is about. This is about conditioning your body. And now, remember how to get up. Bend the knees. Secure the spine. Get into a good, stable position. Core is engaged. Don't let the belly hang. Circle the palms. Thumbs up. The higher you come with your arms, the stronger your back has to work. And with the strength of your legs, lift up. Push your hips slightly forward. Posteriorly pelvic tilt. And then lift up your chest. Good. And slowly, hands to our heart. Deep breath in. Okay. One more time. A little bit more in a flow. And that's what we're working towards. So if you from now on start doing the sun salutation, this last thing that you're going to see now is going to be at the end of a little bit of a practice time. Yeah? So a few weeks of doing this slowly, of paying attention, of dissecting the asanas a bit, so that you know what you're doing. And then over time, the body learns to bring it together. So here we go. One more last time for today. Mountain pose. One more breath. Please stay focused. I know there's a lot of information, but the only way for us is to learn is to, every time you walk away from a practice, there's something that you have learned. And that little puzzle piece we will put into the full picture. And then over time, this picture will become more beautiful and more alive and more colorful because you put the right puzzle pieces into the right places. All right, deep breath and slowly circle the palms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, table position. Exhale, forward fold one more time. Right leg steps back into left lunge. Bend the back knee down. Slowly know how to get up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Core's engaged, lift my gaze. Lower back down slowly. Transition into plank. Slowly. Knees, tailbone, elbows, chin and chest. Transition into a cobra without arms. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hands to the side of the chest. Push up, round your back. All the way, curl the toes under. Extend your spine into downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. What comes next? Does anybody know? Yes, we're stepping forward between the hands. And lunge. Find that back leg, find that opening. Slowly bend down. Again, this is the part that is working in Anjali Asana. Deep breath. Slowly lower down. Through a full lunge, step forward. Table position, inhale. Know how to get there, know what to do. Forward, forward, all the way down to the ground. Let your core get you closer. Bend the knees. Flatten your back. Find that super stable position. Extend the arms, lift up into standing position. Posteriorly, pelvic tilt. Lift our chest. And hands back to our heart. Good. Let's do it one more time because it's so good. It's so good. Inhale. Exhale. Now imagine for a moment while you stand here. Imagine if each one of these movements would be full of content, of energy, of knowing how to direct your body. So you are controlling the flow of this movement and not the movement is kind of like controlling you, best way you know how. That's the next level of yoga. And you see this seemingly not super, it doesn't, on the outside it looks like nothing probably. But on the inside, you can feel how much power and strength, how much grace this creates in my body. And this is just one little part, yeah? So let's do it one more time. Everybody got a little break here. Last time for today. Inhale. Exhale. Circle the palms. Right leg steps back into left lunge. Use your blocks, people, use your blocks. Slowly keep lowering down. Know where this position is. Good. Feel the stretch in your legs. This is a fabulous hip opener. Contract and activate the pelvis. Inhale, lift up. Feel the stretch. Good, lift up, reach. Overhead. Yes, this is work. Yes, people, looks like nothing. It's a lot of work. Slowly, you control the movement. Everybody can do it fast. Fast is not impressive. Deep breath, hold that lunge. The plank for a moment. Bend the knees. Inhale, table, lift up your tailbone. Inchworm, elbows, chin and chest onto the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Really feel it in your upper back. Don't go up high, but squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let there be movement in your shoulder girdle. Good. From here, stay here. Hands to the side of your chest. Push up round your back. Curl the toes under. Inhale and lengthen. Yes, bend the knees. Bend the knees. Lift your chest. Now, can you do me one more favor? Rib cage and hip bones come together. Don't let the belly hang. Yes. And slowly from here, right leg steps forward. With your hand or without it, you choose. Step forward. Low lunge, back the knee, internally rotate the back thigh. Now feel the power from your abdominals and hips. Feel it when you lift up. Raise up your chest. No back bend in your back, but a huge hip opener. Inhale, lift your palms. Keep stretching. Find that stretch. And lower down. Super slowly. Know where the hands are arriving. Maybe onto my blocks, yes. Extend the back leg, stretch one more time. Step forward. Table position from here. Know your table. It's worth it, people. Forward, forward, all the way down. Hang down slowly. See if you can extend the knees a bit more without bringing the belly off your thighs. Stay with the belly on your thighs, glued against it. And then slowly know how to get up. Bend the knees. Flatten the back. Circle the palms. Lift up. And slowly, hands to your heart. Stay here one more breath. It is almost like a massage from the inside out. Yeah? So imagine this is your practice. And not just once, but this is the practice that you can go back to whenever you need it. So let's lay on our backs, please. Sun salutations. And then we come into our resting position. Have your feet on the ground. Let your knees slightly roll towards each other. Place your hands on your belly. One hand, the left hand, a little bit higher, and the right hand a little bit lower. Close your eyes and just feel the body. Feel your breath. You probably are able to feel your heartbeat. You might be able to feel the warmth in the entire body. Feel your face. And if you're used to tuning in, some of you might feel the glow. There is this, you might have heard this, yeah? There's this yoga glow. And this is the energy. You might be able to feel this right now in here. It's almost like as if there's a multitude of millions of little lights in our body, and they are flickering and flimmering. Everything is on. There's this very almost active and very powerful current of energy. That's the glow. I can even feel it in my skin. It's right below my skin. Everywhere I feel it in my face, my chest, my arms, all the way down to my feet. In this moment, right now and here, we are fully present. I hope you are here with me and not already gone somewhere with your mind. Linger on in your body, stay with it. This is how it feels when we're not in our head anymore, but we are in our body. This is how it feels. Good. And we slowly deepen our breath. Open our arms and let the legs slightly move from side to side. Very, very small movement in your hips. So if you would have done this alone, you could just be in Shavasana a little longer. You can stay there as long as your body needs.
But since we are together in this class, we are going to roll over to the right side. And slowly lift up over the side. Push yourself up with your elbows and hands. Good. And we come into our last seated position. Again, it doesn't have to be cross-legged, right? You know this by now. It can be like this. Yeah, for some of us, that's a lot more relaxing. All right. Take one more deep breath in. We bring our palms together to the center of our heart. We've learned a lot today. There were a lot of things that any one of you can take with you. Take these nuggets, these puzzle pieces, and allow them to enhance and to further to enlighten your own personal practice at home. If any of this is helpful, I am very grateful if you could share this with your friends and family or anybody who might be interested. I'm trying to teach from a place to invite everybody who has a little bit of yoga experience. And I will be here tomorrow for you and with you. I will see you again. Namaste.